Hello everyone, today I'll take you on a tour of this 2024 Genesis GV80 and I'll show you why it's one of the nicest luxury midsize SUVs on the market today. This vehicle is fantastic and it provides an amazing value for the money. So if you're looking for a luxury SUV that has basically everything you need at a pretty affordable price to other competitors, the GV80 is a wonderful choice. Thank you to Genesis of Kirkland for providing me with this 2024 Genesis GV80. They have all the latest Genesis models from, of course, the GV80 to other Genesis models like the GV70s over there, GV60 models, as you can see over here, and even G70, G80, and G90 models as well. If you're in the market for a new Genesis model, I highly recommend you check out Genesis of Kirkland. Alright, so let's go ahead and start off with this infotainment system in the middle here, and this screen is huge. It is a 14.5-inch touch screen. You can see I can touch it and I can interact with it that way, or I can also use this controller dial on the bottom to interact with this screen. And Genesis, being Hyundai's luxury brand division, has basically all the features that your comparable Hyundai would have, plus some more. So let's go ahead and look and see what this screen has. So you can see I can use this dial here, and I can interact with the screen this way. I can go ahead and cycle through the different things. I can also use it as a touch screen, as you can see. And let's go talk about the different features it has. So it has all the basics, obviously. You have the map, your navigation menu, radio and media, your phone, obviously Apple CarPlay and Android Auto is included. You have voice memos, so you can do that later on. Setup, valet mode, your seats settings, passenger talk, quiet mode, two features I'll get to later on. Your climate, notification settings, and your user manual. So these are all the features that you can get in this car. Also, you have the homepage over here. So go one more to the left. This is your homepage where you can see multiple different things, your radio, your map, etc. All that is available here. So next up, let's go ahead and look at the map display. So if I press down here, this takes us to the map. Here's a nice map view. You can see I can zoom in to the map using the dial. I can zoom out as well. And this is a nice way to interact with it. You can also go ahead, push it down to go to the search or the other different settings here. So you can see here's the search icon, and this way I can enter in a destination using the dial, or of course I have a touchscreen too, so I can like type in, say, something like Costco, and there we go, that'll take me to Costco. So nice to see that. I can also use this trackpad here on the top, and I can use gestures to interact with this too, and I can actually write something on here. So if I want to write something, you can see it allows me to pick. I type something, and then there we go, and you can see it'll go ahead show me live, and it'll go ahead show me live what I'm typing. Let me go and do that again. You can see my finger shows up, and that's really a really cool feature. I like seeing that. That's a very neat feature. Going back to the home page here, let's go look at everything else. Here's the navigation menu for searching, save places, traffic, etc. You can go here to Sirius XM radio, media, and like I mentioned, all the different features that you would typically expect from a luxury branded vehicle like this Genesis. So let's go ahead and get to those other special features that I was going to say I'll highlight later on. Alright, so first let's go ahead and talk about the voice memos feature, and this feature basically allows you to record voice memos so you can save it later on. So if you found something interesting while you're driving, you can record it using your infotainment system, and I can replay it later. So if I, for example, hit this record button, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. And you can see, there we go, this saves the file. So now I can go to the left, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. And as you can see, if you heard there, that is literally what I told. So that is a neat feature that testing, you can see I can play it again. That is a neat feature that you can save these voice memos for later on. So that's quite a nice feature if you happen to want to record something while you're driving along the road. So that's quite a neat touch. Alright, so next up, let's go ahead and talk about the seat settings in this vehicle. So if you go here, you go to seat, and you can see over here, you can control the passenger seat using the infotainment system. So if I go here, I can customize the recline, for example. And all I have to do is, you can see over here, there's these arrows, and I hold it down. And would you look at that? That controls the seat using the infotainment system. That's kind of a neat feature. So you're going to use the system to control the seat. Another interesting note on this is you have these buttons over here. And these buttons serve the same purpose, which is quite a nice feature. Another feature you have is the third row seat fold and unfold. So you can see over here, you can access your third row seats. You can fold them down and bring them right back up using one touch of a button on the infotainment system. So that's a neat feature. Let me go ahead and show you how this works. So all you have to do, you press this button, and you can see over here, you select the seat. And that'll go ahead fold it up. So I'm gonna go ahead stop it and fold it down because there's a carpet back there. See, that'll go ahead fold. That'll go ahead fold the third row down. So that's a neat feature, having that ability. You can also do the headrests, which are, you can fold them down automatically, which is kind of nice. And you also have your seat settings here for other functions. So that's a nice, neat feature to control everything via the infotainment system. Alright, so the next feature I would like to highlight is the passenger talk feature. And this feature allows you to basically project your voice using the front speakers, and then after you do that, that'll go ahead it'll use the speakers of the car, and it'll go ahead project it to the rear passenger, so you don't have to yell, which is a nice feature. So here's normal without me enabling it, and here's me talking with it enabled. Hopefully you guys can hear the difference. It's kind of hard to see, but it is a neat feature having this ability. So let me go ahead and put it in the back so maybe you guys can see the difference a little better. Right, so my phone's a little bit far away now. You guys probably won't be able to hear me, but if I enable it, now it's definitely much louder. You can see it comes out from the speakers and everything. So that is a neat feature that you have that ability. So yeah, that's how passenger talk works. So here's another neat feature that the infotainment system offers: quiet mode. This is actually something shared with some Hyundai products as well, like the last Palisade I reviewed. This feature allows you to only limit the stereo system to just the front seats, and nothing will be playing in the back seats. If I enable quiet mode, you can see over here, I cannot increase the volume. There's the volume switch right there. I can increase it, but it will automatically get decreased to 25 automatically, even if you increase it, which is a neat feature. And I can also make it down. And basically this will limit audio to just the front seats. So that's a nice, neat feature if you just want passengers in the back to, well, have a nice time without being disturbed by the audio in the front. Alright, so moving on from the center screen, let's go ahead and talk about everything else that is available in this vehicle. And there's a lot to cover. So let's go ahead and go down from the screen, and over here, right below it, here are your air vents. They're kind of in this nice sweet line that goes completely across. This vehicle also has ambient lighting. I'll get to the ambient lighting later on when it gets a little bit darker outside. And below that, you also have your climate controls. You can see over here, your climate controls are also available right there. And it combines a couple of physical dials and buttons with this screen that is permanently there. So there's no need to there's no worry with that. And you can see over here, I can use the screen to control whether I want stuff on my seat here. I can change the fan speed. I can change where the air is coming out on either side. Heated steering wheel, air conditioning. Of course, it has heated and ventilated seats for both sides. You also have some physical buttons to the side here. Your recirculating air, defrost, your front defrost. There's your rear one. Turning off the climate control, and automatic climate control is all available there. And all of those features are neatly integrated in this vehicle, which is nice. And again, the screen stays permanent, so you don't have to worry about that. You can also tap rear here to take you to the back seat climate controls to access those via the front. Hazard switch and a couple of shortcuts for the infotainment system are also there. Below this, you have this panel here. This is for your wireless charger, as well as an USB cable if you want to connect for smartphone projection. You can see that's the special one for that. Below that, Here are your infotainment system controls. It kind of has like this crystal look on the side, and you can see you can move it around in various ways. You can twist it and everything, like so. A couple of other infotainment shortcuts, and you also have volume and tuning knobs, which is pretty neat. Auto brake hold feature is here, along with your shifter. So this is your shifter, park, reverse, neutral, drive. And over here, you have a nice lid for your 2 cup holders. See, nicely wrapped over there. A couple of other features I'll get to later on. And then if I go around back here, hit that button over there, this will open up the center console. 2 layers of storage, you can remove this as well. So an overall quite a neat center console and stack area. So let's go ahead and talk about the shifter before we end this segment. So to use this shifter, you go ahead, twist it in whatever direction you want. So you can see here if I want to go to reverse, here you go, you can see I'm in reverse now. The side mirrors also move to show I'm in reverse. Backup cameras show up. So this is the camera system. See over here, I can tap different views of the camera. I'm actually going to shift back to park. And you can see once I go back to park here, once I'm back in park, let's go ahead and tap this button for the camera system. I'll show this in the next segment so this one just doesn't keep getting dragged along. So let's talk about the camera system next. Alright, so here is the camera system in the GV80. And to use this, you can see you can use the touchscreen or again the physical dial. I'll use the touchscreen in this segment. You can see the map keeps showing on the right, which is a neat feature. You have a top-down 360 view and your regular backup camera. Tap these, you have different, again, variations of your backup camera. So here's like a side one for normal, and here's one kind of top-down. You can also tap this button, and this will take you to your helicopter view camera. A lot of cars have this. This one's one of the nicest in the business. You can see very, very neat, very responsive too. You can see I can just use this. I can also, I believe, yeah, I can say I can use the physical dial to move it around on all different angles as well, which is a neat feature. Tap settings here, and this will allow me to change the camera settings of the vehicle. So there's a nice feature, is the 360 camera and the overall camera system in this vehicle. Okay, so next up, let's talk about the gauge cluster display. This is in fact a combination. On the left, the speedometer is always fixed in place. It is an analog speedometer alongside the fuel gauge. On the right, you have a digital tachometer alongside the center display, which is configurable. Before I get to that, I'm gonna go show you the drive mode. So there's a dial here in the middle. Twist that dial, and you can see you have sport, custom mode, comfort mode, eco, and snow mode. So all of those options available with the simple twist of a dial. You can also hit this button on the steering wheel to access different settings. You can see here's your navigation. Keep going. Here's your drive info. Keep going down. Different settings there. And then here's your driver assistance page. So overall, a nice intuitive gauge cluster display that has a lot of features. To zoom out a little, let's talk about the steering wheel. You can see here's a twin spoke steering wheel. Genesis is famous for using a 2-spoke wheel. Very nice overall. You can see kind of moving it around. It is a nice steering wheel, as you can see. Feels sturdy, very thick rimmed too. The 2-spoke design looks quite good. So that is the gauge cluster steering wheel combo on this vehicle. Another neat feature to note here, this vehicle has again, part of the camera system actually, is this vehicle has the turn signal blind spot cameras that all Hyundai Group products have. Turn on the turn signal here, you can see a blind spot camera shows up on the screen, and it shows which blind spot it is too. You can see on the other side, same thing, and it relegates the RPM to a spot on the bottom. So that's where this thing changes, is with the camera. So that's a neat feature. Nice. I hope it trickles down to the other brands soon enough. Alright, so next up, let's get into the back seat of the GV80. So you can see over here, just open the back door. Here is the back door of the vehicle. So let's go ahead, hop inside. And a very nice solid door on the back and the front, of course, too. So you can see on the back of the front seats, let's talk about materials back here. It's a very nice materials. You can see the whole back seat is kind of covered in leather. I have a mat pocket here for some extra storage. Also around back here, and the mat pocket. Here is the seat back here. Again, the same seats as in the front. Very, very comfortable leather seats. really nice, soft, supple seats. See over here, middle headrest, and over there. Fold down the center armrest. You can see over here, it's quite hefty, very substantial. You can see fully lapped in leather. 2 cup holders. Hit this button, get a little bit of storage as well. So that's a nice, neat center armrest. You can see also, I kind of close it. It's kind of a magnetic-esque center arm, so that's a neat feature. Coming around down here, here are your back seat climate controls. You have vents back here right there. You also can adjust your fan speed like that. You have 3-stage heated back seats, as well as your couple of other climate settings. And your temperature can also be adjusted like that. Down here, 2 USB ports and a household outlet. So that's a nice feature. You can use the household outlet as well. Also, like I mentioned in the front, you can use these buttons as a back passenger to give yourself more space. Also, back here, you have this latch here, down here, and you can use that to slide the front seat. You can see I can bring it forward, like so. It's kind of a perfect position is seat. So you can see I can stop it there. I can bring it all the way forward too, and go back. I can go even farther back if I want for more space. So it's a neat feature. So that is a nice touch. Coming around over here, let's talk about the side door. So we have, again, soft touch materials here with stitching. Wood here, soft touch all the way down here. Even the bottom here is kind of padded and soft touch, which is a neat feature. You can see here, window controls, lock unlock controls, and you have manual sunshades. So you can pull those up if I want some protection. And also recline the seat. So if I pull this latch, I can fold it down, or I can recline it pretty substantially, actually. You can see there's the recline. There is a decent recline back here. And it's also a perfect position recline. So I can recline it exactly how much I want. So that is the back seat. Quite neat having that. Alright, so next up, let's get to the cargo area back here. So to open it up, Genesis puts the button right below the rear wiper. I can go ahead, hit this button. See, there we go. And that'll go ahead, open it up. See, open it up all the way. You have the lock button there, like every other car, to again lock it and shut it automatically. Back here, because there's these accessories, you can see in here there's a bunch of accessories like floor mats and whatnot. I unfortunately can't show you the third row. I can't bring it up, but there are buttons to do that. You can see over here there's 3L. If I hold that, I lift the third row. Unfortunately, I just can't show you because of the things here. I can automatically fold it and up and down. I can also do the same for the second row, which is a neat feature. So you can see over here, it's 2L or 2R. I'll use 2R. That'll go ahead, drop it down from the back seat. If I want to bring it back up, I can't use the button to bring it back up. If I want to bring it back up, I'll just have to go to the side and manually bring it back up. Although that is much easier than I believe, there we go. Use the latch and then bring it right back up. Go ahead, recline it back into place. So that's how you would fold down the second row. Other stuff back here, you can see you have cup holders for the third row. You have air vents for the third row. And lighting up there too. Below the cargo floor, you have the protector here, and also quite a bit more storage down there as well. So that's a neat feature, that you have some extra storage. So that is the cargo area back here. Quite a nice place, and also very spacious as well. So you might be asking how we can get back into the third row, and simply put, go ahead, go to the back here. You have your seat. You hit this button. There you go. That'll just do everything for you. And then there you go. You can see here's the third row. It's folded down right now with the accessories back there. Also, another interesting note is there is storage back here. I'm not sure if I can access it, but there is some storage back here, so I can add some extra stuff. I just can't access it because it's folded down. But yeah, unfortunately, because it's folded down, I can't show you the space. There is a third row back here, so if you want to use this as a family car, you have that option. Also, to exit the third row, you have a button on the top of the seat, and it's really easy to just bring it back. Just do it like that. To recline it back in place, use the latch. There you go. You're all ready to go. So that is how you access the third row, and yeah. Alright, so next we have the exterior styling, and you can see, I have to say, the GV80 is really handsomely designed. So you can see over here, here's the Genesis badge. You have the signature Genesis headlights. You can see over here 2 lines that kind of go across, as well as this on the bottom there. See, very signature Genesis look. Headlights are also there. Unfortunately, the headlights are not on right now, even though I did, in fact, turn them on. So let's try that. Let's try it again. Maybe I need to turn the car on for this to work. Let's try this. Yes, looks like that's the case. So here's how the headlights look. See, 4 signature headlights that go around like that. On the left, 2 strips for the side turn signal, none on the mirror. Instead, you have this as your substitute. Again, looks quite nice. Over there, down here, 5-spoked wheels. This Genesis model, if you look at the window sticker, is an advanced trim. Has a 3.5-liter turbo engine, and this is the 5-spoked wheels that this particular model features. Coming around to the side, let's close this door properly. And if you come around to the side here, this is how it looks from the side. Again, a very handsome look. It looks really, really nice from the side view. Just looks simple, beautiful. And around again, 5-spoked wheel over there. Here's the fuel door. You can see, pretty simple, normal. Coming around back, tail lights, as well as the turn signal right below it, kind of like flanking in the sandwiching the tail lights. GV80 badge, Genesis spelled out on back here, and then it's an all-wheel drive model with the 3.5-liter turbo engine. So that is the exterior styling back here. Really nice. Again, very, very nice. Also, let's talk about the interior styling while we're at it. Here's how the interior looks. Turn the engine off so it doesn't waste the battery. You can see seat moves back, and here we go. You can see here's how it looks. Really beautiful. You can see on the side too. Very, very beautiful styling. Also some of the nicest materials I've ever seen. These seats are truly gorgeous. Really, really amazing seats. Feel very, very comfortable. Soft leather. Here's a quick look at the window sticker in this model. You can see this is an advanced model. The base price of the GV80 is around $64,850. This one has the advanced package. So this one gets actual leather. And you can see here, the advanced package also gives you the power folding 3rd row. It gives you the blind spot monitor, the surround view monitor, and it gives you the premium audio, 3-zone climate control, heated second seats. And we also have a couple of other accessories added, and so the total price is coming to $75,000. Again, actually way less than some other competitors who don't have anywhere near as much equipment as this one has. So I still say that's a really good price. And again, this one actually has actual leather, not leatherette, so that's something to keep in mind. So here's a look at the window sticker. And then finally, of course, the powertrain under here. This vehicle features a 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6. And it has 375 horsepower, 391 pound-feet of torque. Here's how it looks inside of here. You can see a lot of exposed components, makes it look really cool. See there, twin turbo, it's a V6 engine, and it feels really smooth. I actually was able to kind of drive this around a little bit around this lot area. You can see over here, a lot of Genesis models here. I was able to drive it around just a little bit, and I have to say it is amazing. The engine in this vehicle is truly, it's nice. It has a nice sound, and it has more than enough power to propel this thing. Very, very nice, smooth engine, and I have to say, I think it gets the job done quite well from first-hand experience this time. And so there you have it. That's the 2024 Genesis GV80 Advanced. This vehicle is loaded to the brim with technology features, comfort and luxury, and a nice peppy powertrain. So if you're looking for a really, really nice luxury SUV that is actually fairly affordable at the same time, the GV80 is probably the one to get.